On June 28th, 2021, a sitting Supreme Court Chief Justice said the federal government's current approach is a half in, half out regime that simultaneously tolerates and forbids local use of marijuana. So says Clarence Thomas. We're going to talk about it. It's another day in history, just another case of the Mondays. Welcome to Cannabis Legalization News. Hey, my name is Tom. I'm a cannabis lawyer, and I'm taking a small break to talk about something that I think is pretty awesome. It is a Supreme Court Chief Justice providing comment on his disdain for the not necessarily disdain for the federal government's treatment of marijuana. So the Supreme Court Justice Clarence Thomas says that federal laws against marijuana may no longer be necessary. There's aspects of this that we're going to dig into right now. Mr. Bartlett from the, what paper does he write for? The Atlantic. I apologize. Back to this regularly scheduled programming. Just a moment. It's awesome what happens when you go live on a Monday. Somebody's going to call you, and I'm going to call him back. But Clarence Thomas is one of the Supreme Court's most conservative justices. And he has said that because of the hodgepodge of federal policies of marijuana, federal laws against its use or cultivation no longer make sense. Isn't that awesome? Smash them likes and click subscribe for more on this breaking story, because if one member of the Supreme Court, and it's a majority conservative Supreme Court, if Clarence Thomas can talk the other 5 justices into throwing out the federal marijuana laws, that would be awesome. So awesome. Anyway, so a prohibition on interstate use or cultivation of marijuana may no longer be necessary or proper to support the federal government's piecemeal approach, he wrote. His views came as the court declined to hear an appeal of a Colorado medical marijuana dispensary that was denied federal tax breaks that other businesses are allowed. Of course, this is the IRC 280E thing that has been plaguing, and I really shouldn't say plaguing. We have a policy interest at the federal level of not allowing the unauthorized trafficking in Schedule 1, Schedule 2 substances, and that's why IRC 280E exists. Cannabis just should not be a Schedule 1 or Schedule 2 substance. So, Thomas said that the Supreme Court's ruling in 2005 upholding federal laws making marijuana possession legal may now be out of date, which is fantastic. They finally caught up to us. It only took them another 16 effing years. So, federal policies of the past 16 effing years, and he didn't say effing, by the way. That was all me. I have greatly undermined its reasoning, he said. The federal government's current approach is a half-in, half-out regime that simultaneously tolerates and forbids the local use of marijuana. So let's talk about what they do in the budget. The federal government in the budget, especially with the Joe Biden one that's coming through, not talking about DC's sale of it, but talking about, at least when it comes to the appropriation for the Department of Justice to be able to even enforce the states, and by that, I mean the nation's marijuana laws, that's been defunded for years, and now that defunding goes to any state compliant cannabis operation. However, then you have IRC 280E, wherein if you are operating as a business and you're in the red, you might still owe taxes because you're not able to deduct certain expenses. They're just going to call them profits, pay your taxes on them. That's the IRC 280E thing. So while the government is saying we can't enforce these laws, that's Congress saying that. The IRS is saying, oh, that's still a Schedule 1 stuff. Give us the extra money. And so this is that IRC 280E litigation that will continue to go. And now we have one of the Supreme Court Chief Justices questioning whether or not the federal marijuana laws are even necessary. Isn't that just a great way to start a Monday, everybody? I feel better. And hopefully you'll join us Wednesday at 2 when we'll have another episode of Cannabis Legalization News. And I'm going to leave you with this one.